Hello everybody, my name is Austibogo and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a little bit of a different video. I'm actually doing some raking with our John Deere 5303 and John Deere 350A rake. This is kind of a antique rake, if you will. It is definitely older, and the thing about this rake is it's not double-sided, so basically it rakes in one direction instead of the windrow being right behind the tractor. It's offset to the side, so it is basically makes you double the work, but it is a really good rake and we've enjoyed it. And also we repainted it very recently. It was a long job, but we got her done. You know, I could say some really positive things about this rake, but I'm not in the mood. Alright, let's get this all fixed up. Would you look right there? Another one. Ah, so fun. Alright, well, to be honest, that didn't really take too long, and I'm glad that I found a spot in the shade, because otherwise it would have been a whole lot worse, because it is 100 degrees where I'm at right now. And honestly, these little tines or forks or whatever you want to call them, they're not bad to replace. It could be a lot worse. I could have the wheel fall off or something. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grease the rake, and then we'll get back into the field. Okay, so that was ending a little bit abrupt there, but okay, so we stopped, we fixed it, but here we go again. Let's go ahead and get some more raking done. Yeah, so as I was saying earlier, we did repaint this, and the reason I said it was a long job is because we did use spray paint, because the reason we did is we wanted it to look nice and even, and when you use a paintbrush, sometimes it'll leave little streaks where the brushes actually went, and a spray paint can does not do that. It just one solid layer. Oh, I just bumped my mic. I'm sorry if you heard that. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better than it did, because it was all like chipped and faded, and it had sat outside for many years. And also we were thinking we want to put a tractor triangle. If you look on the top right hand corner, there's a little slot for a tractor triangle to put there, so we can actually take it legally down the road, and that's just a future upgrade. Now the cool thing about this rake is it's old and it's worn out, and it looks really good, by the way, on our tractor. And I think it's just like nice, and we're maybe thinking about getting like an older Model A, Model B John Deere tractor. That's way in the future, but if we did, we would for sure hook it up to this rake, because it would match it just so perfectly. But the thing about Model A's and Model B's is we would have to either put a 3-point on there or have someone else buy one with that already came with the 3-point on there, because I don't think that they made them, whenever they made them, like back whenever that was in the 1900s, they didn't come with 3 points because they hadn't really invented that yet. So what you're seeing right now is actually the coastal field. So I raked basically two fields. One was the coastal field, which you're seeing on camera right now, and the second one was the Tifton field. But as I'll tell you in a little bit, I actually just flipped over the Tifton field. It wasn't a full rake job. The coastal field was full. I went about, I don't know, 5 tractor widths across, and I went down one way, and then I went down the headland a little bit, and then turned back into the field, and kind of combined about 5 passes of the tractor into one big swath, because this coastal field honestly didn't yield that much. It is very new. We sprigged it, however you say that, last spring, I think it was. So about a year ago, a little over a year, something like that. But if you want, there is going to be a card in the top right hand corner linked to a video that I did the other day on the coastal field. It was a nice close-up of the grass just to see how it was doing. Look there! What can this be? I don't know! Found a tine of the rake. That's pretty cool. Never found one broken off before in the field. Alright, so that is the coastal field all done and raked and ready to be baled, which is either going to be this evening or tomorrow. So this is the coastal field, which I did a video just a few days ago actually on it, and it's all done. And now what we need to do is move on to our Tifton field over there. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to kind of flip it over so then it can kind of dry out more, because coastal is like little itty bitty stems and Tifton is pretty big and pretty broad leaves, and it's just big grass in general. So we'll go ahead and move on to that right after I do grab a water, because it is 100 degrees out here. Very, very hot. Make sure you drink enough water, guys. Awesome. So now we're just gonna go and head off into the Tifton field. Now, if you're noticing that blur, it's actually the sticker that came from the dealership that we bought it from, and I'm not in the mood to give away my location because there are some different people in the world. But anyway, it's just a blur. Don't look at it. It's not too much in the way. But I'm just moving through. This is our goat pen actually that I'm moving through right now. It's basically a square with gates on every single side of it. So it's nice. I really like that we have gates everywhere so we can get in and out in every single direction. It's awesome. But let's go ahead and start flipping over this Tifton. Now this Tifton has actually been here for quite a few years, almost ever since we moved here, which has been a while. But so it's very, very thick, and we've also been putting a sprinkler to it. Now a few weeks or months, it's been maybe a month or so, we actually put some liquid fertilizer and herbicide. We had a lot of, what was it, silverleaf nightshade I think it was in this, so we just sprayed it. We went to the farm supply store, co-op, something like that, and we basically got one that hooked onto the back of the pickup, and we drug it down the road. And it didn't have a boom, it had actually just like a stick in the middle, and it spewed out on either side of the stick. And it was a pretty big spread. I think 30 feet if I remember right. I can't quite remember that. It was too long ago. I can't remember anything. But anyway, I'm just saying that this is nice thick Tifton, and it should do pretty good. I think I'm going to stack it in a future episode, which is coming up hopefully in the next week or so, around there, and we'll see actually how many bales we get from this field and the coastal field, because we will have someone come and bale it for us since we don't actually own a round baler, and that's what we're looking to do, to round bale both of these fields. We do have we have like a cooperation between us and someone else on a square baler, a New Holland. I can't remember the exact number, but it's basically just a square baler, old New Holland. It's about like the rake. It's kind of halfway antique-ish. So I tried to get as many camera angles as I could. Now I did have a camera die, but well, there we have it. We did some raking. Now, I do have a little bit left, as you can see, maybe see over there. But I do have, both of my cameras are dead. This is one of them, and I have the other one in the house so then it doesn't get too hot. Speaking of getting hot, I am getting really, really hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and go inside and cool off for a little bit and have a bunch of water. And then I'll come back out here off camera and finish up all the little bits that I missed around here. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big, big fat thumbs up and subscribe while you're down there, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.